This is a simple tutorial on how to use Canva to create our own logo and also a brand planner. So I have created this template for you, and you can just click on the link. The link to this template is also in the description of this video. And once you open the link, you just have to click on Edit Template. So go ahead and click on that. And that's going to open up this template where we can adjust and customize all of these options. So we want you to come up with your own brand. So the first thing you want to do is put your name at the top. For example, John Doe or whatever. And then if you have a brand name already in mind, or a business name, if you're creating a business, you can put your business name in the brackets. So let's say I'm creating a surfing company logo and my brand is Surfs Up Tours. I'll just put that here in the text box. Now this space is where we're going to create our own logo. So just leave that blank for now. So in this template, we have different sections. We have colors, we have fonts, and these are all placeholders for inspiration images. So what we're going to do first is replace these with images of things we like or things that might inspire the creation of our brand. So you can add your own images or you can search the images within Canva. So let's go to the left and there's a section that says Elements. We're going to click on that. And here we have shapes, graphics, animations. We're going to click on photos. So this is going to let us search for different photos. So for example, I'm just going to type in surfing. Surfing and then enter. And here are a bunch of different images. So I'm trying to get an idea of different colors maybe I want to use for my brand or a style or something. I like this image of the surfboard. So I'm going to click and drag it. And you can see that it drops right into this placeholder. Now I can leave it like that, but maybe I want to adjust the positioning. To do that, double click on the image. You can see now I can click and drag to reposition it. I can also click on one of these corners and make it big or make it small and reposition it again. So maybe something like that, then press done. Okay, and now that's in there. Let's look for another image. This one I like. Again, click and drag. And you can do that, put it wherever you want. Once again, you can leave it or double click on it and make some adjustments. So you're just going to do that for all 4 images. So now I have my 4 inspiration images and I'm ready to create my color palette for my brand. So every color has a matching color code. For example, if I click on any of these colors, let's start with this blue one. To get the color code for any color, I'm going to click on this circle at the top beside Edit, and that's going to open up this color tab here. Now, to get this exact color, I see it's highlighted right here. So I'm going to click on it, and you can see this is a color code that matches this exact color. And this is called a hex code. Brands use hex codes so that they know exactly the shade of color that matches their brand. They're not guessing every time. There's a specific code that matches every color. And that way, when they are creating design materials, they just send this code to their graphic designer, who will always know that this is the shade of blue to use. So what we want you to do is to come up with 4 colors. Maybe you only want 3, that's okay. And you're going to change this color shape to a color you like and also make sure the code underneath matches it. So you can adjust and make any color you want. I can go over here, maybe pink, any color you want. This is a great way to find a color, and then you can adjust the shade of the color as well. Now, one thing I want to show you is this pick a color. This is the eyedropper tool. If you click on pick a color, what you can do is you can go over here to any of your inspirational images and click to copy that color. So I've just copied this shade of blue from this image, and now I want to copy this code down here so I will know the exact color code to match this if I want to change the text or a design element. What I'm going to do now is click here. You can double click to highlight the whole code. Right click copy or Control C. And now go to this text box underneath the color. Again, just double click to highlight everything. You don't have to erase it. You can just right click, paste, or Control V on your keyboard. And now we have the matching color code for this blue. So let's try again with the red. I really like these pinks here. So once again, we're going to click here on this color button beside edit. That opens up the color tab. One thing with Canva is you can see photo colors. So Canva actually will take different colors from your photos, so you can use one of those if you want as well. But we're going to do this manually. So you're going to click on the color wheel. You can either click on the red or just click here, add a new color. Again, we're going to go to the eyedropper tool, pick a color, and I want to try something here. So if you look closely, there's like a magnifying glass, and we're getting the exact color pixel. So I'm going to click on that. Perfect. I really like this color. Now you can see the color code is here. Right click copy or Control C. Again, over here, Control V or right click paste. Okay, I'm going to do that for all of them. Okay, so we have changed all 4 colors and all 4 color codes now match. The next step is to choose a font for our brand. So usually you don't have more than 2 different types of fonts for a brand. And what you want to do is type out the name of the font in the font style, because that way you know this is the name and this is what the font looks like. So to preview any font, you can click on a font type, and at the top here, just click on font. You can see there are many different fonts you can choose from. So you're just going to go and choose 1 or 2 different fonts that you like. If you click on one, you can see it's changing now, the style of it. But of course, you want to remember to change the name. So I'm just going to type font 1 and font 2, and that way I'll remember I have to change this to the name of the font that I have chosen. So I want to look for something that matches my brand, a surfy kind of a font, something kind of cool. Okay, so I want to go with check-in for 1. Now I know the name, check-in, so I'm just going to change this to check-in. Now I know that's the font and that's what it looks like. And I'm going to do that for the second font as well. Okay, I see this Aloha font, which I also like. So I'm going to change this to Aloha. And now I have 2 font choices that I can choose from.